and whatever I see is smiling at me. Love is who I am. So hello there, beloved Ascension Pioneers and all you divine lovers of life out there. As you can see, today I'm sitting quite at a distance from all of you. I hope my voice will be able to travel through. Yeah, so that's the first line. I wanted to, or better say, I was guided to create this video to kind of move us into the space of synchronization with what a lot of us are now experiencing as creating this synthesis of our work, of our mission, of everything we've ever achieved and accomplished, which was a part of the self, a part of the one. And I want to talk about again of this beautiful topic of beloved and beloved counterparts and these unions, because I haven't done a video on this topic for a while. And just yesterday I was contemplating on this, and today as I took this beautiful nature adventure walk, it's a full moon day. That's when I'm recording, on this beautiful Vesak full moon in Scorpio, which is the sign and archetype of union and depth and just going into that space of co-creative union, right? In this divine partnership. And it just started coming out, and you know, our spirit and our human counterpart, they're so united now, you know. So if you have a thought coming from your human contemplation, then that's actually synchronized already in perfect resonance with your spirit. So when you think about something, it's because that's already there, and that's how it was for me. So this lunation is really bringing within us what I'm receiving. It's like a culmination. It's like the synthesized journey. It's a journey of synthesizing our mission at this time. And it's a very important lunation. That's what I'm receiving at this time. So I was walking, and the moment I started walking, I actually started channeling a song, and it was called the Song of Gaia, or Gaia song, and then another beloved song of returning home and coming home. And there was so much coming through, such abundance. And if you're tuning into my daily messages on Instagram, and sometimes even my stories on Instagram, which are short sharings of my more personal, more intimate life and being more playful and childlike that I usually am, because a lot of my topics on Ascension can get really serious, and it's not really what I'm like as a person. I'm very, very much playful, because when you return to the ancient beingness of who you are, there's nothing but this playful creativity there, and that's who you are. And embracing this human journey of who we are is basically such simplicity and reverence of life. So I was tuning into this song, and everything we've ever done, right, was preparing us for where we are now. And this is what came through in the song, and the words kept ringing in my head as I was walking and about to record this video. And the words were that everything we've ever done, it's all been for you. Meaning it's all been for you. You've been stepping into this union with yourself. And today I want to address those of you who perhaps have felt that not everything has always been in this resonance or how you want it to be, or in alignment with perhaps you wanted a partner, or you really were asking yourself, why does this journey take so long, being with your counterpart, or having this desire within you. And I've made so many videos on this topic. And today, what I'm meant to share here in this space of co-creative union, and a lot of us are meeting now in this space, and I'm meeting a lot of people, pure souls, who are simply devoted to being planetary life service, and it's an amazing journey. When we connect, it gets even more beautiful. And so today, I want to share these words that being with the divine counterpart is, you have to get accustomed to being with yourself first. So everything we've ever done, it's been for us. You know, everything you've ever done, it's been for you. It's been leading you to the greatest, deepest expression of who you are. And, you know, what you see perhaps about me, that's just one reflection. And that's just, in these Ascension videos, it's not even 1% of what or who I am. So yesterday I was sitting on this bridge, and I was meditating during my run, and I received this, again, another beautiful impression of spirit, which was this space, you know, of wordless, speechless adoration, how everything is just perfectly synchronized, and that a lot of times our human counterpart is asking the question, right? Who am I? What am I? What is this about? So Spirit guided me to turn the words, right? Because a lot of us are still asking questions like, who am I? But when you turn the words in another, sequence, you get who am I am who, I am who. And who, when you produce it as a sound, as a frequency, is the attunement of the heart, of the higher heart. So we are all, in truth, we are all free beings, we're all free spirits, we're all divine lovers. It just depends on how much we express that. And let me get back to that message, which I have for all of you, for all of us. So what I was shown is that the divine counterpart, which means your ultimate counterpart, is the journey of your utmost return home, meaning that we've all had aspects of us that, volunteer souls, when we come into this journey, most of us already ascended on a realm beyond this earth realm. We've already ascended. That's where we're helping, assisting the journey of many others who are clinging on to the old but shifting into the new just as well. And within this ascended reality, you feel this unification within greater aspects of you that most souls are still recognizing as soulmates within particular soul groups. But what we exist within this realm is much bigger, it's vaster. So what we perceive as counterpart might be much broader than what most people would recognize as a counterpart that comes through their soulmate, someone they choose as their mate in this lifetime, things like that. So a lot of you perhaps have chosen for yourself that you said, no, in this life I want the ultimate, because within the ultimate union I will be able to share more. I will be able to be with complete resonance of my soul. It's not just going to be sharing certain aspects of me but not others. I'm going to be able to share all the aspects of me within the other. And I'm always getting the same message, that not just that this union is so vast, that it requires a lot of steps to be made in our human alignment and embracing ourselves as human counterparts as well, not just the star seed, the galactic aspects of our consciousness, but really feeling into who we are as humans. So that's why this journey was so important for us, because most of us did need to almost like relearn to be human. So there's people who I've met, they're so beautiful, they're deeply in resonance. And when we meet in the sacred space, it's just sharing beyond words. It's just instant recognition. And there's not a lot of these people that I personally met for myself, because with each person you're able to meet in a different space. Perhaps with certain beings, the resonance will be more mental, and we need that as well sometimes. But there's only a few people that I've met that the soul connection is purely heart to heart. It's like you can just be yourself. You can be goofy, you can be playful, and no one will doubt, what did you mean with this? What did you, imply on when you said this and that? It's not mental. It's completely feeling the other being. So imagine your counterpart being like that, but even multiplied. And these connections we have as soul companions, they can be so much in that resonance. And still we feel, what if there's more? And because a lot of us have chosen to have that ultimate, which means we first had to become our own ultimate, we've embraced certain aspects of us that we said, we want to share this before, right? We want to do that before we come together. We want to do this and this and this as a part of my human journey. I want to have these experiences, because with the ultimate, it's almost like you are ready to return home. Of course, you still exist in your earth vessel and you're doing the mission because you've chosen it to be so. But you wanted that divine love reflection in this shared, co-joined effort. And most of the beings I talk to, they do feel they're part of this beloved path. Not all of them, or basically most of them, do not perhaps yet have their physical counterpart here in meeting them. But most of them have felt a very deep impression of that vision within either their dream time, their creative envisioning spaces, meditative spaces, things like that. And we've all had these deep experiences. And because we know that love of the ultimate, which means the one that reflects all of who we are, is simply, it relates to the wider consciousness that we embody as souls, that we kind of have within our own soul domain and awareness, because we're more expanded than just most people who are choosing their soulmate. So you might wonder, why are there people and couples and doing this together? And a lot of people are wondering, and I'm feeling these wonderings, perhaps as a part of the human journey we have, and we don't always understand the timelines. Okay, why do these things in a linear fashion require this procedure, and we don't get answers? Is why? Because in a linear fashion we won't ever be able to solve that, because it's not a linear thing. The ultimate divine counterpart is almost like you are a mystery, you are a gift, like I always tell people, don't perceive that the things you do are required of you or their demands. Perceive everything you do as a creative expression of who you are, as an extension of you, is something that you gift this life in creation with, as a part of the extension of that source. in your own infinite form, which is always recreating. It's always expanding from your core. So ascending within our core is that true ultimate beloved journey. And today this topic is how far we've come, because we're doing this synthesis, so many of us, and we feel, oh, I just that threshold, right? But why do we not have certain answers within the human frameworks is because this is vaster, this is more mystical, we can only access this consciousness through the greater understanding. And I'm always shown things, and I understand why I've been walking my own path. I've chosen to walk it alone, because otherwise I would never finish the things I wanted to do solemnly on my own. I would not develop these gifts. I remember reading years ago in this booklet that we needed to integrate all those aspects. And if we're too much in these heavenly, celestial, galactic realms all the time before we're fully integrated, we sometimes can almost splinter off. It's like you're taking too much out of the body, out of your experience. So for us to integrate all our gifts, everything we do the things we wanted to do on our own, it was a part of our own agreement. We said, I will do these aspects alone, and then when I express and experience all this as a part of my own mystic self, I'll be ready. I'll be ready to do that. And perhaps for those of you choosing in this ultimate divine counterpart. So we cannot solve those answers through saying, why do some people live in coupledoms and some people don't? It's not within even slightest idea of comparison we can solve this, because most people are not here as volunteer souls, planetary servers. But you, those of you watching this video, probably you are, because you're guided, you're called to these transmissions because of that. There's a memory, there's a longing stirring within your heart. So another thing I wish to share is, I remember doing this quiz yesterday, right? It was one of those internet quizzes, and it was, what was your biggest mistake in this life? And the answer was so accurate, because that's exactly how I feel, but it wasn't a mistake, it's just a quiz, guys. But the answer was, the only mistake you've ever did was loving someone who was not worthy of your love. And for me, that was not just one person, it was many people. And it's just like one experience. But I've been contemplating on that, and I've realized just how much with these connections we have that are instantaneous, that are heart to heart, no filters, no interjections, no mind, no mental confusion, just pure heart. I have only a few of these people, I can just talk in that matter. It's pure humility, devotion. It's like that adoration of spirit we have. It's such sacred sisterhood and brotherhood. And then again, I was contemplating why, on the other hand, we needed those experiences, is because just as much as we already come as planetary servants from this essence that is pure love. And for me, I always say, well, when you're a planetary server, first of all, you have to love yourself at your core. You have to love Gaia at its core. You have to love your mission at its core. And therefore, only aligning with the mission of who you are will align you with the beloved path, with the cosmic beloved, is how I call it, with your ultimate counterpart. Because people sometimes want to plead to the universe, ask, cry, beg for, whatever. But if they're not aligned with their missions, they're not going to get that. Because the ultimate beloved is the alignment with you as within your mission. So aligning, I always get the same answer. Being aligned with your mission is always within its spherical consciousness. It's not linear. So you cannot get to the beloved. You cannot get to the meeting of someone. You cannot get to being in partnership. You are always in partnership. So that was that ultimate experience we needed to get. I was always in partnership. But not just with the one or the one counterpart. This is our most ultimate experience, when years ago I received this guidance that this is the one to whom I don't have to adjust, not for even 1% of my awareness. I can just fully be as I am in completeness. But there's a lot of people who were resembling that, and they can be our soul brothers, sisters, whatever. It's not even about associating within the certain structure. This is within soul group. It's not about that anymore for us, because it's so vast, it's so profound, it's so cosmic, it's within the galactic consciousness. We don't have to say who is this group, who's that. It's just beings who are of that resonance is how we connect, and that's how we recognize. We don't have to go follow the lines of what this is intellectually, right? So I was shown that just as much as we came from that essence and the pure souls, we know nothing but love. I always say, I cannot not love. It's just, we outpour love in everything we do. Everything we create is just pouring out of our hands, the heart. It's coming from our gut. It's coming from all who we are. But we've never had the experience when this was met on all levels. I mean, I'm saying it was not never, but it was very rare, okay? So my experience was that I had to keep on loving that way, and that's how we developed this divine love, that where we come from as pure souls, as planetary servers and volunteer souls. How to then fuse it with this unconditional love within our planetary mission and within the people we connect to on this planet. Not just the souls that are easy to connect with, it's so natural, but also with these people. So this is what got our heart to develop within the connection of our planetary mission heart, the higher heart within our own mission, aligning with the planetary core and the mission within which we serve this planet. So falling in love with yourself, falling in love with Gaia and Gaia's core, and then the mission, the unique mission within, it's like your vibratory space and something that's very personal and intimate just for you, within which you translate your essence the most and its highest optimum. The mission is not the doings. These are just tasks we do. Tasks are fragmented aspects. The mission is a whole thing. And the purpose is you. The purpose is the essence of who you are. And I've talked about this so many times. So we needed those aspects too, because these aspects actually taught us conditional love. And why we needed to learn conditional love is because we needed to have a framework of how to create the fusion. The true beloveds, which means people who are here to unite and serve unity consciousness within the beloved journey, which is the absolute merging of polarization, which actually creates the space of unified polarity. And that's what I'm talking about in all of my beloved videos and beyond. So within this space, you become the liquid essence of everything, whether love that you receive or you feel coming from the surroundings, people you meet, situations you meet up with. Either it's conditional or unconditional, you still remain within that outpouring of divine resonance within divine love's core. So that was the mission. This fusion was the mission. When the fusion was created, you step into this space of creating your synthesis. And for me, my synthesis of where I currently am at is coming through the work that I'm completing. It's kind of like, it feels like the work that I've been doing for so many years, since 2010 and 2011, when I really started physically doing the videos for Ascension Pioneers. So that's many, many years. This year for many of us is a synthesizing year. It's the year when things we're doing are almost like a collective aspect of our mission. So for me, that will be gathered in my book that I'm doing. And there's a lot of work that I didn't even imagine, because probably if I started doing this on my human level of how I relate to things, I wouldn't be wanting to do it. I said, oh, too much work. I've already done so much work. So the soul is preparing us gradually, step by step. You know, that's all a part of this beloved journey. So I didn't know when I'm going to start to write. I'm going to just do a little bit, and then I'm going to do the sketches with the cosmic translations of the energy and how it travels, and many galactic signatures in those sketches, these drawings. And then I was shown, well, we'll complete the drawings, go back, do the writing, which is the more advanced writing. I was like, okay, and I just follow that a step by step. So you see, our beloved journey and where we are now, we're kind of like more organic with ourselves, how we're tuning and listening to that guidance. Whereas before, a lot of people were still doubting it. They didn't always know. And why we needed to connect with so many beautiful individuals all around the planet is because our heart was stepping into this peaceful resonance with these souls who were helping us to affirm. You know, within my group, many times the things I've shared, you know, they really said it's absolutely pure 100% resonance, you know, and not even needing to connect on the level, you know, that a lot of people come and they ask you questions and such. So it's a different kind of connection. But what I want to say is that first, the alignment goes, there's so much sounds today. The alignment goes with the mission, right? So when you're aligning yourself with the purpose of who you are, that's not what you do, but it's who you are, and you stay true to that, you complete the tasks as well, because the tasks are different fragments within the whole of who you are, and you stay in alignment with that, and everything gets you to that, you know, everything already is in that perfected state. But I was feeling myself that I first need to do this synthesis, and the book represents all the knowledge I've shared within so many years. Everything will be this synthesized version. And if people ask me questions, it's just going to be, okay, release the book. It's all there. It's like a simple way, so that I'm not always replying to different people, the same thing, same time. It's too much. And I felt like with this synthesis that I'm doing now, it's going to later create this platform for the new. And then the retreats will be able to come. And we can't do certain things before we complete other things, but it's not linear. If you understand where I'm going, it's still heart-based. It's coming from the core of the now, which is, oh, now I'm called to do this, or, ooh, I really feel that for myself. And it's kind of like all being stirred up in this pot of spirit, and you're just the participant with it, with life. But it's not meant to be created in a way that we doubt things and we start enjoying our life, or, you know, stop dancing to the to the drum beat of the heart. And it's just meant to be organic. So what we have created for ourselves, so many of us, we have managed to live what I've recently heard the Galactics mention, I think it was the Arcturians, that we've managed now, and this is what Ascension truly is, to lift up enough life force to create the embodiment of the light body, which means that you actually carry your light body on the outside, from the inside out, whereas just holding it within as the seed, right, of the light body that we all have. And this is what also the Ascended Masters have when they can go in and out of the embodiment, just simply having and holding it within their higher heart. And I really love this, and I love what they said, that basically people can't always recognize this, because if they're not attuned into their own, they can't recognize it within you. And that's why I've had this experience that so many times people will not see you. They won't see your light. They will simply see the physical, and they're just going to get the physical. And when we had those experiences of both people feeling your light, which you're now fully wearing in the fully ascended form from the inside out as being your light beingness, whereas to people who don't, right? And they don't see it, and the reaction and the connection will be different. So we had to learn how to react and how to simply fall in love with every aspect, even the aspects that feel sometimes dark or shady to us, or confused or fragmented. So for you, as a planetary light server, what I feel this synthesis for so many of us has been to reach this point of living in wonder without wondering too much, without thinking so much in linear terms like, when will I do this? When will this wish of mine be fulfilled? Or when will I meet my counterpart? A lot of us are meeting our counterparts. And the thing is, you have to come into the timeless reality of, I am my counterpart, and I live with the counterpart because I am that. So again, switching from that linear, from point A to Z, into the cyclical and spherical nature of spirit, which is the nowness of your multidimensional beingness, your ascended living structure, this platform creates everything for you. It's this infinitely abundant flow of who you are, what you choose to create, what you reverberate out into the world. So it's very organic. So a lot of people thought they need to do something special to meet with the counterpart. But again, when you think you need to do something that's outside of you, you're not fully in alignment with your organic self. Again, just doing your mission at its core, not thinking you're doing it because it's a task you believe you have to fulfill, because it will get you from this point to that point. You're still living in time. And this true beloved, this cosmic essence of the beloved, and I have a beautiful cosmic beloved course which teaches you how to become that yourself. I think it's one of my most important courses that I created for those of you who are here in this path of being a divine beloved, being a sacred, unified self, that you're always in partnership with spirit. So when we do that, right, we shift out of this framework of the reality that's moving from here to there. We're just always existing in that space. And here, all the questions are actually simultaneously answered by you just shifting the sentences. So people don't know this, but most of the times when they ask themselves a question, the answer is already there within the question. Just turn it around. Am I, this on the right path? I'm on the right path. It's like, it's so simple. Because the aspect of you that asks the question, like I said in the beginning of the video, is already related and deeply fused with the aspect that already has knowledge of that. Otherwise, you would not be asking the question. So a lot of times we wonder about things and we doubt in something. We say, should I do this? Because you're already asking a question. You're thinking too much. Then it's not organic. Then why are you even thinking of doing it? Because it's coming from the mind. It's not organic. So the fusion, the idea here and where we are, is coming into this space of such complete wholeness. But that in no way means you're okay with being alone. It's like, okay, I'm alone. I've always has been alone, because a lot of planetary light service were alone. But that was just one aspect of our mission. It's just, was tiny aspect that aloneness holds within itself. It's a gift. And yet, It's not a gift when it's no longer needed. You see, again, that's that metaphor of the cast, right? That you kind of pull off because it no longer serves you. You're healed now. You're okay. You're complete. And still, we have to get back to the aspect of us that's always there, which is this timeless, ascended, light being, organic flow of our true nature, of our core self, which is the name that I was given and the name that I talk about, which is our truest self. So when you kind of like are brave enough to express all the various aspects of who you are, when you are fully dedicated, devoted to your mission, because a lot of people think, well, this free love is the same as unconditional love, and they never can fully commit to something, you know. Going on drugs and a lot of the drug abuse even, and you know, marijuana even, they kind of make people go into this floaty space when they can't commit to anything. They're just in this dreamy astral kind of frequency that's not really getting them into the body. The true beloved journey is being in the body, and I think the synthesis of where we are now, of how far we've come, is just how I feel. Is I often, when I go on these walks, right, in nature and these adventures, I contemplate of things and what I've been through and all I've gone through. It's like sometimes I can't believe this was just by one person in just those few years, not in comparison to the whole life that I've lived. And it feels like, oh my gosh, so much in one human life. And it's not a random human life, because we have opened up to these galactic proportions very early, and a lot of the young ones that are coming in now and awakening so fast, it's very early for them when they're already going this straightforward multidimensional consciousness and bringing it forth, because they came here fully wired in that domain. And a lot of us have been like this, and we just needed like a tiny adjustment and a switch. So when you commit to this, and a lot of people have been committing to this passionately through their mission, beyond just thinking, oh, I'm here to fall in love. And you know, you needed to fall in love, like I said, first with your core, with your true self, with the core of Gaia, and falling in love with this planet. I mean, for me, it's always been there, you know. Even as a child, I was just like, oh, nature, oh my God. But later, when I went deeper into it, I cannot live, you know, any other way. And I know there's a lot of people who are saying they're here to be light workers or whatever, but to be a planetary server, that really means you have to be one, fully unified. It has such surrendered, committed love to what Gaia's at this time birthing, and what we're experiencing also as a we, because Ascension of Truth is a part of this we, a greater oversoul, higher self-consciousness, this template that we exist beyond just our imagining, you know, most of the times. So it's really been a journey of falling in love, and falling in love with ourselves and all the creative abilities and everything. And we wouldn't get there if we'd always be kind of like not pushed into these extremes, which were always initiations. And I think this lunation is what I'm receiving. It's a wonderful journey when I feel like even if I wanted to feel like sad, I couldn't. I'm just not sad. I feel so happy. It's that bliss when you know you've chosen the right choices, you've done the right things, you stayed in your alignment, you've invested all of your precious devotion into it. And in a way, life gifts you back with that. So everything you put into the sacred pool comes back multiplied. And that's the essence of true abundance. So those of us who've been really living like that, not just talking about it, we are now really seeing this culmination coming forth. And for those of you who still are wondering, and I always have just one simple advice: move out of your head, stop thinking, get to the first thing that comes into your mind right now, and that is a part of your beloved. That creative gift, it's always there. You know, like I mentioned to you, the TV show called Sense8, when they're connected within a group cluster, and they have also these love sharings with each other, and a lot of them within, some of them are even couples. And their connection is intense. It's not just normal human to human relation, you know. A lot of times it's just not that deep. This is deep. And this is what a lot of us have felt, because we know that from the beyond. And we didn't want to have like anything else here. We said, I know this feeling. I don't want to have anything else. And I think this is well represented in that TV show, how intense it can be, sexually, creatively, because this sexuality is the root of our creativity. All this passion we're kind of like harnessing and constantly flowing with, which is the essence of our life force. So I wanted to share this. I think we've come very far along. Click, click, yes. Major yes, you know. it's been for me, uh-huh, it's been for me truly beautiful. And the deepest gift that I feel for me is that I was able to fall in love with everything and everyone. Because a lot of people are saying, oh, I have this love for my counterpart. Yeah, but what about all else? You know, planetary life service, we are here to love in a, like I said, in this universal broadband cosmic flow. And it doesn't mean now you have to be like this all the time. It also doesn't mean you have to be, because sometimes people think, right, that unconditional love, and I've experienced this myself coming from people, the unconditional love means that because you're so unconditional, they can do anything to you. You're going to take everything. No, that's not unconditional love. That's abuse. That's using someone, and that's using their kindness and generosity. And those times, boundaries were a part of our lessons and learning to cultivate, to be discerning of our connections. But it's the love you carry beneath that. And today I was thinking, because of course we all had bad experiences as well. And I specifically had it with one person that was just, it was just terrific. And I felt, oh my God, it's not even about what they do to you or to us or whatever. It's how you respond through love, no matter what is on the surface, and the actions you've done that crystallize you into this light being. And these are the things that actually bring our light body from the inside out. And that was our journey so far for a lot of you. If that resonates, give me a thumbs up in your spirit. I don't mean that doesn't have to be physical. You know, just I love people when they share their feedback with me, not their whole life stories, just a little bit of the feedback, how they feel the videos, or perhaps if they assisted them, so I can see and have an even better service input. You can also always visit my donations and support sponsorship page on, you know, whatever. All the links are always down below. But most of all, understand how important it is that we respond to each other with love. I mean, time for being nitpicky and, you know, jealous and who's this and that and better and why are people having it this way and I'm not, it's over. I mean, it's like people who are still living that, it's almost like I said, it's just an echo, but it's not the truth anymore. When you align with this truth, you've moved into this new space. You're living your light beingness, your light body in the physical sense. And it's the physical sense that I always tell you that part we're ascending into a higher form, into a higher octave. And there's a lot of us who are brave because we came from many, many realms, descended our form, our life form, to become so dense so we could serve this level of density. And I honor each and every one of you doing this beautiful service to the whole in unity consciousness. I love you so much. I hope this video brought you some sparkles of joy, wisdom, and divine love into your heart. We are one group, we are one sisterhood and brotherhood, and I hope you're having a beautiful full moon experience. I'll talk to you again soon with so much love and a big giant hug. Take care. Bye. You know, my sweet beloveds, I always envision us sitting somewhere in circle, and when we complete this stage, this phase that we're currently cycling within, I always feel us like laughing and holding hands and so happy with each other, because we are that way when we meet in between spaces. And we just have this feeling, and this feeling is accessible now. You can reach it. You can tap into your higher heart and go into that reality, which is the unified truth, where everything already is. It's already ascended. Gaia is ascended. We are ascended. The journey is beautiful, you know, like it's complete, it's whole. And you can tap into that and bring it forth from this now, into this now. I also have this song playing in my head, you know. We had joy, we had fun, there was seasons in the sun, na 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 na. And the seasons are all gone. Because yeah, it's all cycles per cycles within cycles, and it's all unified in this. So I have this proposal where you bring forth, and this short little attunement you can do right now. It was 11:11 as I said this, 1:11. And just tune into your sacred heart and ask yourself in each moment. It's so simple. When you feel stressed, confused, not really connected, which is just a perception, it's not the truth. In that moment, just ask yourself, what is the one unified thing that is most important in my life and in my role as a volunteer soul and planetary servant of life? What is that one thing? And that one thing will have many different aspects to it. You know, the answer might be to be like a kid again, or to fall in love with yourself. And when you will do that, aspects of what you're creating within the mission will come. It's just naturally. If you are focusing with the mind saying, oh, what do I need to do? What do I need to accomplish? What do I need to create? You're just creating more stress, and you're just becoming more neurotic and confused. So we're not here to do that. So when you find that unified heart-based thought, which is a vision actually, and you have it, it's in the now, just bring that forth, bring it in your heart and say, what's the one step in this moment that will get me there in that alignment, which means not getting you from point A to point B, but getting you into that core, the core self, the core creation self, where all your magic is and always has been. And whenever you feel that you're alone or you don't know, have all the answers, remember that the answers are there. The ones that you need, the rest is just the thinking mind, and it's not important. All that you need is already there. Connecting with that space, fine-tuning, taking a deep breath in and out, and knowing that it is so and always has been so. You are a magnificent being. You can create so many things, and this higher creativity from your higher heart is what creates this new, constantly rebirthing abundance, full of joy, so full of life force and joy, and know that so it is and always shall be. And here is a powerful, beautiful spirit message for this beautiful time of the Scorpio full moon and the Vesak celebrations of the light. There is such a strong outpouring of light, and it's not all visible to the human sight. Still, it's happening, and it exists as it truly is in its original design. Many souls are now ready to return to their original design, to the sacred calling of their core self, fully aligned with their core purpose. Many things that were a part of this ascending journey were chosen as merely prerequisites, test trials and experiments within the light, which served as catalysts for the activation of quantum cognition, which is the most ancient form of existence, most primordial and existing at the very core creation level of every light being. Everything that was a part of this calling was chosen for a specific reason, and all that one did to become the fully ascended version of themselves perfectly fit where they were in their awareness evolution and what angle of creation they chose to serve. Everything is timing and lining up, adding up at this time, from the most microscopic and minute to the most grandiose. And now, with this homecoming as the most sacred return for many, all the experiences will begin to feel less intense, as the intensity will move to the newly forming higher density expression of one's purpose. This lessening of intensity is nothing to be afraid of, for it is simply a vibrational shift, a fully operational shift into a completely new and refined form of living, a reality so full of life and so filled with life that it could surprise even the most attuned individuals. Yes, there are many great surprises unfolding behind the scenes, and many can already feel their reverberations rampaging across the ethers. The communication travels faster than the speed of light now, and the path forward is laid with golden reflections of the pure simplicity of divine creation, without any filters and distortions. This will keep one in this higher essence state, shielded, protected, and nurtured through the heart of divine love, the heart of the divine lover, cosmic beloved. Oh, you can surely feel powerful heart surges of those incoming divine surprises. Can you not?